Alright, we're back with Layton versus Wright.
Objection!
We're starting it off with an objection. Starting off this part with an objection, that is. The situation is exactly as you described, Inquisitor Barnum. It really doesn't make much sense for the witch to have used a mirror. Regardless, the defense still maintains that Miss Kira did utter that incantation and make herself reappear. Now the question is, for what reason? If she really didn't have to use that spell, then why use it in the first place? If I can find the answer to that question, then this entire case will start to unravel. Most fascinating. Very well, allow us to hear this theory of yours. Tell us, the court, why it was necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene. Well, we're still in the game. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. The reason Miss Kira reappeared at the scene of the crime was to become a witness, to give herself an alibi, or to cover up her crime. Well, since she's the one that did it, well, what we're assuming, I think she was trying to cover it up. I can't think of any other possibility. This has to be the answer. Isn't it obvious? She was trying to cover up her own crime. Oh, is that right? Tell me, why would she do that? Well, just give me a minute. I'm getting to that part. That will not be necessary, Sir Blue Knight. Huh? Think about it. What would she have to hide? If no one could have seen her to begin with.
You heard the good Inquisitor. No matter how you look at it, there'd be no reason for me to appear, assuming I was the criminal, that is.
Ugh, I can't agree. See, we still have her glasses, though, so I think that has got to come in pretty soon here. Pardon the interruption, but that's not necessarily the case. Mr. Layton. Explain yourself, Sir Top Hat. You have stated that Miss Kira had no reason to appear. Because she was trying to look for her glasses, is what I'm thinking. However, the situation changed, and it became necessary for her to show herself. Isn't that right, Miss Kira?
Huh? What were you talking about? I have no idea what you mean.
It would seem the defense must clarify their argument with evidence. Mr. Wright, I believe that Miss Kira did not intend to reveal herself at the crime scene. Rather, that something occurred which forced this young lady to make herself reappear. What was so important that she had to reappear and risk being spotted? Defender, tell the court why it would have been necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene. Because she lost her freaking glasses. Oh, take that! I keep saying objection because I'm used to saying it. Alright. Miss Kira, you usually wear glasses, is that correct?
Huh?
Ew, did you just eat a flower?
It's like I already told you, I lost my glasses a few days ago.
Are you absolutely sure about that? Or did you not in fact lose them tonight during the crime?
Of course not.
Perhaps you accidentally dropped them while you were committing the crime. Then as you were attempting to make your escape, you noticed they were gone. Therefore, you made yourself reappear in order to search for your missing glasses.
No!
Objection!
How absurd! Such baseless conjecture! What you propose is fundamentally flawed. What do you mean? Let's assume hypothetically that the witch did in fact drop this evidence. That does not explain what purpose it would serve for her to make herself reappear. It would still make more sense for her to escape under cover of darkness. Unfortunately, Inquisitor Barnum, such a plan was simply not possible. What? Mr. Wright, do you understand what I'm suggesting? Yes. He means the reason Miss Kira made herself reappear at the crime scene. Okay, this is it. Defender, enlighten us. Why did the witness feel the need to make herself reappear? Someone found her glasses, she couldn't find her glasses, or she broke her glasses. I don't think she was able to find them in time. The answer is simple, Your Honor. She couldn't find her glasses. She could not find them? If you've noticed, she's still not wearing her glasses right now.
Objection!
Hold a moment, Sir Blue Knight. What does that have to do with anything?
That's right, doesn't change a single thing.
That's where you're wrong. In fact, it changes things quite a bit. Tonight, the two victims were engulfed by flames courtesy of a magic spell. That very instant, 4 witnesses saw the flames erupt in the scene. It was at that point that something you didn't expect occurred. You suddenly lost your glasses. That's right, you were scared that if your glasses were discovered at the scene of the crime, you would be suspected of being a witch. What foolishness, even if her glasses were found. She could simply have explained that she dropped them there days before the crime happened. I'm afraid that is not a possibility, Inquisitor Barnum. What did you say? If you recall, it had been raining quite heavily at the crime scene beforehand. Had she stated that she dropped her glasses before the crime, then naturally, one would expect the glasses to be soaked in water and covered in mud. However, the rain had already stopped at that time the crime itself was committed. In other words, one look at the pair of clean, dry glasses would reveal she had dropped them later, thus implicating her as the witch. No! I should have known. I was perfecting my rainfall-rending technique in the forest, and not once during the rainfall did I see that flower maiden traveling along the nearby path. That's not all. In order to frame Miss Cannabelle as the witch, you needed to leave this witch's scepter behind at the scene of the crime. I see. That would be the most definitive evidence that she is the witch. The objective here was to have somebody else discover the staff of the scene. Alas, that person was I. However, no doubt you came to realize that one can deduce which spells were used simply by examining the magic gems in the scepter. In this case, one can see that the witch must have used a mirror to vanish from sight and make her escape. That's why, Miss Kira, you were left with no option but to reappear at the crime scene. That was the only way for you to avoid suspicion if someone were to discover your glasses at the crime scene. By reappearing, you'd be able to explain that you simply dropped your glasses when you rushed to see what had happened. What do you have to say to that, Miss Kira? Oh boy.
You know,
Uh-oh.
I've let you both ramble on and on, but playtime is over. So that's it, then? I'm a witch because I dropped my glasses? I must have said it how many times now? I lost my glasses days ago. Were you even listening? I'll say it again. Over 1,000,000 times! I lost my glasses, I lost my glasses! Do you like evidence, Sir Defender? Do you love proof, Sir Top Hat? Then prove I dropped my glasses at the crime scene.
Oh my
Can't
god.
prove it. In other words, you lose.
That was... You have no proof. Wow. That is incredible. Oh my god. Yep, she told us. Oh my god. That was pretty amazing. Wow, she just went all diva on us. That is correct. Proving such a thing would indeed be impossible. To prove that the witness dropped her glasses at the crime scene, what say you, Inquisitor Bardem? 'Tis indeed a question of proof, my lord. These glasses have been missing from the very beginning. The Knights of the Inquisition found no trace of these glasses anywhere near the crime scene. Therefore, this witness cannot in any way be accused of being a witch.
You heard the man. But we were so close. That girl is a witch. Can anyone else see that? What should we do, Professor? Ah!
Oh, he's smiling. Well, it would seem the young lady has finished what she had to say, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright? Yes, it certainly looks that way, Mr. Layton.
What's with that face? You find something funny here?
It is as you said, Inquisitor Barnum. Explain. The defense raises just one further question. Why were you unable to find those glasses?
What do you mean?
You must have searched the area quite thoroughly looking for them. And yet, even now the Knights have been unable to locate those glasses. Did you ever wonder why? Yes, that's become quite the mystery. Surely they must be around somewhere. The glasses were lost to the wolves. That is the only explanation. There is still one remaining place that you have not searched tonight.
Huh? What did you say?
The glasses were supposedly not found at the crime scene, leaving only one other possible place. What is this, you two? How about you, Sir Blue Knight? Draw your blade and reveal to the court where the glasses are supposedly hiding. It looks like I've somehow managed to make it through my first witch trial. It all comes down to this, the final piece of evidence. Time to clear up this case once and for all. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. The piece of evidence pointing to the one place not searched tonight is... Okay, it's not going to be inside the map. The lantern spell was holding the glasses, broken, is covered in mud. Okay, so it's not that. It can't be inside the scepter. She lost them a few days before the incident. Mary brought it back to her farm. It's in the bucket of milk. Take that! You're done now, Kira. Tonight! There was one thing that was carried away from the crime scene right under everyone's noses.
Carried away?
I'm speaking, of course, about this. Ah! That's the milk bucket that disappeared from the crime scene. Thus far, the defense's claim that the glasses were dropped at the crime scene has been recounted as mere speculation. However, if Miss Kira, we find your glasses within the contents of this milk bucket, then our mere speculation will suddenly become fact. Oh. What manner of witchery?
What are you talking about? You're crazy, just crazy! No way can my glasses be inside that stupid bucket. That's just impossible!
How about we quit with the speculation and actually find out? What do you say, Inquisitor Barnum?
That'll just waste the court's time. Don't listen to them. Don't...
Tis mandated that the Knights of the Inquisition investigate any and all impossibilities during the course of a trial. Witchow! My lord, the Inquisition requests that this milk bucket be searched immediately. Very well. Oh! What? There they are, folks. We're done. Miss Kira, as you can see, your glasses have been found inside the milk bucket. The truth is out. Nothing you say can change that now. Which leads us to the next question. Specifically, a question of when. When did you drop your glasses into the milk bucket? What?
Why is this happening? This whole thing is ridiculous. The answer is obvious, isn't it? I dropped them afterwards, after I ran over to see the fire. I took a tiny peek inside that milk bucket. That's when they fell in. Don't be stupid, child. Snowy and I were at the scene first. We made sure to take that milk bucket before anyone could get their grubby little hands on it. We weren't going to let a single soul get anywhere near that sweet creamy bucket of deliciousness. You can bet my farm on that.
Each of these four witnesses has stated that they heard the spell Ignize being cast at the time of the incident. According to the Grand Grimoire, Ignize summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. In other words, the real witch must have been at Miss Cantabella's side at the time of the incident. Indeed, that is when the glasses fell into the milk bucket. Therefore, there's only one logical conclusion. Only one person who could be the true witch. Yeah, you're screwed.
Miss Kira, you are the real witch.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna fall in there. Oh, I thought she was gonna fall in the fire. That'd be... Whoa! What just happened? What? Did her thing like close up on her? That was weird. Oh! What a very strange trial this has been. From the very beginning, we have all paid witness to a most unusual set of circumstances. A baker turned offender, a surprise extra witness, and now a not guilty verdict for the accused. Never have I seen such a spectacle. Is this really happening? The girl inside the cage, you mean she's the real witch? But what about that Espella Cantabella girl?
Miss Kira, tell us why. Why were you trying to frame Miss Cantabella?
You could easily have escaped the crime scene without a trace. There was no reason to frame anyone. This crime was a result of nothing but your overwhelming ill intent.
To frame a person as a witch is to condemn that person to death by fire. Surely you must know this. So why Espella Cantabella?
Do you have any idea what it feels like to be a witch?
What it feels like?
I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for these powers, but I have them. And now here I am, begging for my life. I was living such a peaceful life until now. Selling flowers, getting scolded by my boss for not selling enough of them. That's why I was trying to put an end to these trials once and for all.
Put an end to the trials.
You all know what I mean? The one condition written in the story that will end these witch trials.
When the great witch Bezella has been put to the flames and vanquished from this world, these trials will come to an end.
This was my chance to finally end all this. At least that's what I thought. The sun had begun to set on that lonely forest path, and there wasn't a soul in sight.
Alright, we'll finish up this session in court when we come back. Stay tuned for more Layton versus Wright coming up next.